Welcome back to the third part of the tutorial, where instead of using a template, we are going to be creating our own workflow. Before we get started, thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing these videos. Let's get started. To create a new workflow, create this first step. We'll get this options of where you can trigger manually on app event, on a schedule, on webhook call, and multiple ways that you can see. n8n provides two ways to start a workflow manually. That's what we saw in the previous part 2 video, where we execute the workflow, or automatically using a trigger node as the first node. The trigger node runs the workflow in response to an external event or based on your settings. So for this tutorial, we use the schedule trigger that allows you to run a workflow on a schedule. The first step, click on a schedule. I'll just make it probably a minute and interval 5 minutes and click add rule. Yeah, I don't need this rule. And you have these additional parameters you can provide. Click execute step and it shows it executed successfully. This is where you can have AI action in the flow, human in the loop, or add another trigger. We have all these models, chat model, vector, Google Gemini chat model, audience face inference model in Webflow. So let's build a workflow. It's going to be a simple one that we will call echo API. Click on this first step, webhook. Click on the webhook node. And HTTP method, choose post. And path is /echo. There is no authentication. And click save and respond immediately. And so this is the workflow, webhook added. Now click respond to webhook and response for this first incoming item and settings. You could see anything and click here. So now this will have invoke and respond to webhook. And in the response to webhook, we'll put this expression in the response body. So response code put 200 and response body. So select respond with text. This is the response body. And your user, this what we are saying is receive that this is the date and you sent this particular JSON. And click here. So this will have the setting saved. So you will have this setting saved. Just ensure you save it so you don't lose any work. To test it, we need this endpoint. So double click the endpoint. We need this particular endpoint and let's go to Postman. So now let's change this request to the original one to post, copy this endpoint, change it to here, put a body, anybody you could put. You could just put it as raw. And this is the simple example body I have. And now let's send the request. Okay, I'm just executing the workflow. So let me execute the workflow. So now the workflow has started. Let me send again. So the error was I just had done respond. So I had to choose respond to the webhook node. I think this should do the trick. Now let's start the workflow, execute, and let's run to Postman and see the requests. How with the workflow running? Let's send another request. Okay, there you go. A little bit of parsing needs to be done. I have to handle it. But I think you get the point. With n8n, we have a lot of options that we can explore. And you could see the workflow executed here. This short and simple tutorial, how you could run. If you want to continue extending this workflow, you see you have a lot of options. There are other triggers. There are other ways. And all of these resources are going to be there in the documentation. You could get dashboarding. You could save your changes and go to insights. For an enterprise, you need to pay the license. But for the most people, I think the free one should suffice. So with this, thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing. And let us know if any other comments or if how you want to set it up on other cloud providers such as AWS or Google. And we'd be more than happy to provide that tutorial. Thank you and have a good day.